Alright, welcome back to Conversation Convo Combos, and today we are talking about video games and certain situations that we went under with, whether it was with a person that we played with online, whether it was glitches that we faced within the game, or it was just, we bought the game and then we thought it was really good and then it ended up not being what we expected. So one game that I really gotta talk about is Arc Riders, because I bought the game twice. I bought the game for me and then I bought the game for my co-host over here.
Yeah.
I know we talked about this prior before, but Arc Riders is definitely one of those sets of games that is very trust issue wise. So you really got to be on your P's and Q's and cross your T's and dot your I's. I've noticed, not just by myself, but by my co-host, he's played it solo, and I've played it solo, a whole different perspective. Versus when you're playing with a squad, I feel like you're more of a threat.
Yeah.
Versus prior just playing primarily by yourself. I like the whole aspect of the game. I like the whole third person, and then I like the PvE. It's the PvP that I have issue with, because some people take it up to their ass and they try to act like they need to only be hunting down people to collect their loot. Which I get it, you're just collecting loot and stuff like that, but then when it comes down to a person who's just casually playing the game and they're just trying to go to certain locations that have certain items and stuff like that, and then trying to get to the evacuation point.
Well, and it becomes, if you're going into a game that's player versus player and it's player versus, computers or PvE, you're, like you said, there's people hell-bent on specifically aiming for players. They want to do PvP and that's all they want to do. And it's like, they make games specifically for player versus player. You literally have Call of Duty, you literally have Battlefield, you have countless other games, Smash Brothers. You have games on different platforms, different consoles, different generations that are specifically for PvP. You have Rainbow Six Siege. You have all these games that are PvP. And it's like, why? When you hop on a game that's PvP and PvE, I mean, I get it. Keep your guard up and hey, are you friendly? Yeah, we're friendly. Okay, we're friendly too. You go down that hallway, we'll turn around and go back down this way. And then you kind of back out away from each other. I get, don't come near me, otherwise I will shoot you. That's different. If you're oh, are you friendly? Yeah, I'm friendly. Okay, we're friendly too. And then they start running into the room that you're in. And it's whoa, 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 whoa. You're getting kind of close. Go to your own, we're already in this room. You're already in that room. We'll loot this room. You loot that room. And then we're going to go about our way. We'll leave this building. You can have this whole building, whatever's left. And it's okay, fine. And then you go your way up to the top of the building. And then they stay there and they might, go out the bottom of the building or whatever. But I mean, I feel like it's too much of and it's kind of weird because it's their way of oh, are you friendly? Yeah, I'm friendly. Are you friendly? Yeah. And then it's then they go and they shoot you. And it's dude, you just literally fed off of someone's trust. Even the slightest bit of trust, you fed off of it. You just literally proved what shows The Walking Dead and all these other games that have, people who lie their way to your trust. And it just shows that you can't trust anybody. And it's crazy because that's just the real world. I mean, the one time that we were playing in, I think it was the city or the desert, sunken city or whatever it is. And literally we just landed and we were running to the hospital. Our boy was talking about, he's oh, we need to get to the hospital. And then he's okay, there's a lot of people there and there's a what the heck's that flying ship? It's a flying ship that shoots rockets. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, the Rocketeer.
And so he's like, there's a Rocketeer, and clearly they pissed it off, and clearly I could see there's a bunch of people in there, so we're not going to go there. We're going to loot the buildings here, and then we'll leave. And literally before we could even get in the building, I hopped off the roof, and I'm pretty sure you were either down, dead, or you were like off trying to run. And I jumped off the roof and landed, and I was getting ready to go into the house, and someone shot me dead. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go in game chat because, you know, it's kind of annoying that we just landed and these guys are already shooting us like they're doing some justice or something.
Yeah.
And I went in and I was like, oh, what do you guys got nothing better to do? And they're like, oh, we're just here to loot. We're just here to loot. I'm like, if you want a PvP so bad, why don't you play Call of Duty? And they're like, this is the new Call of Duty. I said, well, joke's on you. I just spawned in and landed, so I have nothing. So you just wasted your time and your ammunition. So I don't know what to tell you, why you guys are hell-bent on doing PvP. I don't know what you get out of it, if it's a exhilaration or, you know, a dopamine or whatever, but they make games specifically to do that. Like, you don't have to come in here always hostile. And I think that's just hell-bent on people. 9 times out of 10, those people, too, are also cheering on people committing murder and stuff for stupid, petty shit. I mean, and that's the sad part. And that's why I guess I kind of backed off from the game, because I was like, this is really showing how true people's colors are. Not just in the game, but in real life, their mentality. Because when you talk to them on game chat, like, you kind of you try and make it funny, but they make it so serious, and it's like, dude, like, at least make my death enjoyable. Don't just gun me down and say, oh yeah, how do you like that? It's like, dude, it's not a championship. You're not playing the finale.
I've noticed in my experiences, like, you definitely gotta play stealthy, because, like, when I was playing solo by myself, I was just, like, literally just chilling. The next, you know, I was starting to get, first of all, it was, like, those little ball thingies.
Yeah.
They were starting to chase me, and I didn't have, like, the best weapon because I was running with a free loadout. Yeah. So I was starting to shoot, and I killed one. And then next, you know, like, random people come out, and then I was like, hey, I'm friendly and stuff like that. He walked away, but then another person came in, and then that's when he started shooting. I was like, no. And then I ran up, and I hid. They couldn't find me, and I was like, okay. And then next, you know, fucking, I think it was, like, either a Rocketeer or the other small one, and I was just like, what the fuck? I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, you could either take this shit out, or I could just, you know, take what I got. Because I got, like, decent loot. I didn't get, like, the best fucking loot, but I got, like, some decent loot. So I was just, like, chilling there, waiting and stuff like that. And I waited it out. And then next, you know, the same person that was shooting me prior before came back and started shooting me again. And I was like, I'm friendly. And he didn't really pay no mind to me and stuff like that. Then he kind of, like, went his own way.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got to the evacuation, and I was just chilling. I was able to get myself in there, and I was able to actually, like, fully evacuate. Yeah, I was able to fully evacuate, but then along comes this dude, then he's coming in and stuff like that, and he was trying to shoot me while I was already inside there. I was just like, dude, I'm already fucking in here, bro. I already fucking evacuate. Like, what the fuck are you really gonna get out of me? Yeah. Luckily, I was able to at least get what the fuck I was able to loot.
Yeah.
Before he was able to kill me, but it was just like,
they're hell bent. They're just hell bent.
It's just like, it's so ridiculous. And I was, like I told you, I was very hesitant about getting that game. I told you prior before, I said I'm a little hesitant about this game, but
even
I like the idea. And then you said the same thing too.
Because I was like losing every, like, to go into a game or to go into a map and potentially have the risk of losing every single thing.
I think they should change that. I think, me personally, like, you guys don't have to make it, because there are people who are voting for making it only, like, having, like, not making it only PvE, but, like, you have that option. Yeah. Like, you can do PvP or you can do PvE, and you have, like, 2 options when you're about to, you know, get sent out. Yeah. But instead of doing that, just, like, keep it the same way, but, like, you know, like, keep your loadout or run with a free loadout. Like, it's up to you, but if you want to keep your loadout, then you have to create a loadout. Yeah. Then it's like, okay, I'm like, alright, so I at least will keep the shit that I find, but the shit that I load out with will get taken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my guns and shit like that. Or, you know what I'm saying, if you do the free loadout, then you can at least keep all your shit.
Yeah.
You do it that way.
Yeah.
So if I do a free loadout, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to worry about it because I didn't, sacrifice the guns that I found and stuff like that. But everything I found within that free loadout, I get to keep.
Yeah.
Versus if I did a custom loadout, then everything that I found is, it's gone. Someone has the potential of taking it.
Well, and that's the biggest thing too. Is like if you find a really good gun, you want to use it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to use it. So what the heck are you supposed to do? Like if you find a really freaking nasty gun and you're like, dude, this is a really good gun. Like I could use this and it would be good and useful against, taking down a Rocketeer with a group. But then you risk, if you bring that gun in there, that, that group that you're rolling with, one of them might get, edgy and start freaking killing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said, it's one thing if, y'all go in and maybe, like, you're like, oh, hey, we're going to go in and kill this Rocketeer and then we'll do a shootout. And you let them know ahead of time. Like,
yeah.
Then it's like, okay.
I had one experience where I was rolling with the dude that we rolled with last time because I put you on with him, and there was another dude and he was Spanish, and his name was I believe his name was Tyler because that was like one of my cousin's ex-boyfriend's name, and that's how I was able to synchronize the name. Like you keep names that are related into your memory based off what you experience and stuff. So I was able to, keep his name and stuff like that. And I went down and I was like, yo, Tyler. They're behind us. And he's like, what? And I was just like, they're right behind us. And he was doing pretty damn good by himself. Like homeboy, he was the one that we were rolling with, the one I put you on. He was telling us like, don't engage, like just run. He's like, no, I got him. He downed two of them. They were already pretty much close to down. He killed one, and the other one was close to down. He gunned him down, but then his other boy, he was already like half to health. The one that we were like in the group with, he was already half to health and close to dying. All he needed was just one more shot, and then fucking gunned him down and shot him. And then he was just like talking all his shit. He was like, yeah, how you like that? I was like, dude, I was like talking the most shit because I was just like, dude, what do you mean? Like, yeah, that's what you get, bro. I'm like, dude, two of your boys got gunned down by one fucking dude, bro. He almost like 3-1 to you. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, he literally almost fucking killed all of you guys. Like. Dude, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like, you're not... Who are you over here trying to impress? What, you got your girl on the side? You got your son on the side? Like, come on now. Like, you're not really making any fucking pizzazz here. Yeah. Well, what loot are you possibly getting? Because we didn't even get that much loot. We got maybe a couple epics. We probably got a couple legendaries, but nothing really up to pizzazz.
Well,
but it's just...
Well, the thing is, it's like, what, are you paying the bills by doing this? Like, what... You a YouTuber? Is that it?
And that's the frustrating thing when it comes down to a gamer. It's just like we all have, I hope we all have like a 9-to-5 job, and then we come home and we gotta deal with like responsibilities. We gotta deal with the wife. We gotta deal with the kids. If you have kids or if you do have a wife, whatever like that, you have to go through these parameters until you're actually able to reach your final objective where you want to play games, and then you finally hop on, and then you get shot point blank, and
then people trash on you.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like,
exactly.
Dude, I don't got time to play this game. Like, I'm not playing this game like 24/7 like maybe you are.
Yeah.
Or I'm not like a YouTuber like some of you guys on here.
Exactly. And it's just like a lot of things come into competition because like I feel like they can't put themselves in competition in other areas, like where it comes down to being in physically in person. Because like when people go to the gym, people are going to the gym whether to relieve stress or they're trying to get fit and stuff like that or whatever like that. Then you got those ego lifters where they're over here curling the 60-pounders or they're curling the 80-pounders, but they got sloppy, form or whatever like that. Or you got people over here going to like fucking like Barnes and Noble and like buying like all this extravagant stuff, or you guys got people that are like going to like either these restaurants and like ordering this or ordering that. It's like people always try to find like some type of competition. Like you said, if you look for it, you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
But that competition error comes down to that ego and your pride. And it's like you gotta kind of like minimize that and shut that shit down, so that way you can kind of fully realize and expect it and actually be in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be in the moment. Be with the people that you love, or be with you.
Yeah.
Be with you and actually incorporate yourself and see the true values that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Like gaming, like that's us guys' bread and butter, because that's where we go to. You know, like we're always gonna get hammered. We're always gonna get jeopardized. We're always gonna be nagged about like gaming,
stuff like that.
But you know what I'm saying?
Guy
like,
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we're always gonna be like hammered down about that, because it's just like, oh, like all you care about is, you know, video games, sex, and money and sports and stuff like that. It's just like, well, that's, you know, that's how a guy operates, because we can't really turn this off. Even if we do turn it off, it will only be like a quick like short out.
It'll be in the back of our mind.
Then the backups are going to kick up, and then we're going to be up, ready to go. The minute you go to sleep, I'm sorry, I'm gonna same thing like game. You see those memes, you hear the or you hear the it's just like we're gonna turn on the game if you're going to sleep. It's not that we're disrespecting you. We're just like, okay, you're going to sleep, I'm going to find my own sanctuary. Like, you're going to sleep, and like that's on you. You said you wanted to watch a movie, we watched the movie, but then you're over here like, okay, what am I going to do? And then next year you're like, oh, you're on the game, or like, oh, like you're playing with your friends, you didn't want to lay down and cuddle with me. I'm not tired. I want a game. Like, I've been thinking about playing this game, and my boy's been hitting me up since like fucking the crack of dawn. And then I already told him, like, I gotta do laundry, and I gotta go to the grocery store, I gotta clean the house, I gotta clean the tank, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and then I'll be on. It's like, okay, so, you know, you'll probably be on later tonight. Like, yeah, I'll hit you up and let you know. Same way me and you always used to communicate. Yeah. And then what I would do was shoot you a text, and I'd be like, yo, are you on? Or like, yo, I'm on. And you're like, oh, okay, hopping on. You know? Yeah. Just that communication, that reciprocations that we both know. You got responsibilities, I got responsibilities, and, you know, we both bang both of those out, because a man can do literally from A to Z, but then you can't get mad at a man who does A and Z, and then he wants to do a little, like, you know, B and C on his side. Just like, okay, like, yo, she's asleep. I'm like, okay, let me hop on Remnant. I'm like, okay, we got to get this ring, we got to get this argument, and then we got to get this weapon. Or we got to go, you know, play Space Marines. Okay, I want to level up, you know, Vanguard, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to level up this class and stuff like that, you know? Yeah. It's just, it really comes down to the, you know.
It's funny. Excuse me. It's funny that you say that, because I literally just went in earlier tonight and talked to my wife, and I was like, hey. And she was like, oh, I thought you said that he was going to be busy, so you guys weren't going to do a podcast. And I was like, okay. I'm like, but I also told you that he wasn't busy anymore, that it got too late, and that he was actually going to do another podcast, so we could go from there. And also, I'm trying to type. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, you just said he wasn't going to go, and that it was late. You didn't say that you were going to go back in there. And I said, yeah, but we already watched movies. You already know. I'm like, plus you're on your Switch. You're literally on your Switch talking to me right now while you're playing on your Switch. I'm like, so if you're playing video games on your Switch, then there shouldn't be any. You should be able to put together 1 and 2 together and be like, oh, he's gonna go. He's either gonna watch YouTube, or he's gonna go and type a story, or he's gonna go and do a podcast or play a game. It's like, yeah, if you're doing something, I'm gonna go find something to do.
Exactly. Like it's simple.
But she got that too, so it was pretty smooth and nice that she. I mean, it takes time. It takes time. You got to really chisel them and get them to learn. Like, hey, this is how it is. This is how it's going to be. If you don't like it, then I mean, you should have jumped ship. Like, this is where we're at. So, guidelines, parameters.
Yes. Another game that we played together was Dying Light: The Beast. Yeah, I know.
Alright, we'll go slow into this. I'm not gonna go off the rail, hellbound.
The only issues that I have with Dying Light: The Beast is that I wish the climbing would have been a little bit better because I feel like he's too grabby. But other than that, I don't see any issues.
So, and that's where I can agree. And I think that's what Brendan was trying to say. At the same time, the word he was using was Dying Light 2 was very flowy. But it also wasn't very grabby, whereas to Dying Light 1 and Dying Light the Beast are very grabby. They could use a little bit of flowiness, but I feel like not nearly as much flowiness as Dying Light 2. But I definitely think that when Dying Light the Beast first came out, it was clunky.
I'm still trying to remember what he said when I gave him that comment, and I was just like, yeah, but like in everything in Dying Light costs stamina. Because he was just like, yeah, but like you gotta admit, like Dying Light like was really good with like its parkour and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but everything costs stamina.
And then he was like, well, yeah, but he's like, isn't that the point? And then I was like, yeah, but Brendan, you complained about how Dying Light the Beast costs too much stamina to fight the zombies. So I'm like, on one hand, you're complaining about the stamina costing too much to do something, but then on the other hand, you're complaining about it not costing stamina. It's like,
yeah. The thing is, like,
you can't cherry pick.
Everybody's allowed to voice their opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Which is understandable, it's fine. It's just when you voice your opinion and you're playing the game and the person's constantly shitting on it, then it's just like, it makes the game not enjoyable. It's just like, it's kind of like having sex.
And complaining about it while you're doing it.
Like, if you're on top of a girl and then she's like saying, this is like, oh, like, can you turn the light off? You're going too hard. Can you slow down? You're hurting me. You know, it's just like, Jesus Christ. Like, I have to go through all these parameters. Dude, that's going to be the new word now. That's a new word for 2026. Parameters. But it's true, though. It's just like, there's like so many layers, which I understand and I respect that. But it's just like, you have to, like, kind of like, you have to work with the parameters. You can't be like bitching about every single parameter or every layer. Because like literally parameters and layer is like word for word. It's just another word for layers, parameters. Because when you think about parameters, it's just basically you have to go through this, and that. Yeah. Which is understandable. Ogres are like onions.
Ogres have parameters.
But it's in that type of example, but it's just I get where some people come from for certain things. Like, listen, I'm not a fan of Fortnite. I'm not really not. But will I hop on? I'll hop on for shits and giggles, but like don't expect much out from me. Yeah. Same thing like Call of Duty, Black Ops, or Call of Duty Zombies.
Well, that was the biggest thing that I was saying to him too. That he just completely discounted was like I was saying. If I get on Call of Duty or even Fortnite, like I could sit there and shit on Fortnite and be like, oh, like the play style is clunky, it's very, boxy, and there's not really any like, give to it, there's no like I can't dive, I can't, there's a lot of restrictions, a lot of parameters that I have to, get through and get around. Because, I can't do this, or if I'm flying, I'm gliding, I can't, shoot while I'm gliding, or this or that, and it's like, okay, now it's becoming not fun, plus PvP isn't my thing, so now I'm doing that, and then it's like, oh, well, you could do the racing, and it's like, yeah, but it's still very clunky and boxy, kind of like, I mean...
Dude, it took us how long to fucking get a fucking online game?
We never got one.
Yeah, we never even fucking got one.
And it was just like... We did the music thing twice or once. We did the music thing
But once. I gave him a taste of his own medicine, because I was just like, dude, like, I'm not feeling this. Like, I can't, like, push the buttons and stuff like that at the right time and stuff like that. Like, I don't play Guitar Hero and stuff like that. I played DJ Hero when I was, like, really young, but, like, that was, like, so different and stuff like that. And he's just like, dude, like, you literally only played one song. I'm like, yeah, and I still am not able to fucking catch up.
And you literally only played X amount of levels in Dying Light, and you literally only got through a portion of the game. It's like, you can go tomato, tate for tot.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, I don't think... Like, and that's the thing, when people, he's the type of person, like I said, that's hell-bent on being right. and he doesn't care what he has to say. Like, he's gonna, and he tries to overtalk, and it's like, dude, you're not gonna overtalk. Like,
yeah,
it's like, you can overtalk people, but that doesn't make you right.
Because the thing that I noticed with Sean is that, like, obviously Sean and him are buddies, but, like, when he was, like, I keep on saying it, when he was talking about the YouTuber and stuff like that, Sean definitely felt some type of way.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, it's because we were there that he actually had to kind of, like, speak up and stuff like that. And then he was just like, well, Sean, I'm not saying, like, Sean, I'm not even talking about that. Or, like, Sean, like, I'm not trying to say this and stuff like that. I'm just saying, it's just like, dude, but you're still talking, but you're still talking about a YouTuber. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just like you're still talking about YouTube. If a YouTuber dies and it's one of the people in our group that we actually like and feel some type of, like, can you imagine if Jacksepticeye died and then fucking Brandon was just like, he's just like, oh, well, he was a piece of shit YouTuber anyway, so, like, who really gives a fuck about him? I was like, dude, like
it's a life. A life is a life.
Like, really? Like, bro, like, Jacksepticeye. Well,
and that's what I mean. And then,
like, dude, he was on Dispatch. He had millions of views. He's played millions of games. He has his own fucking coffee. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're
done charity work. Literally,
come on,
millions
man.
of dollars in a charity.
You're really gonna say that? Like, who really gives a fuck?
That's like a prime example. Like, people,
like, dude,
it's the same thing with, like, Mr. Beast, where they're like, you know, I don't care for Mr. Beast. I don't really like him.
Oh, you talking about L.A. the Beast?
No, Mr. Beast.
Oh, okay.
He's you know, he's got that cat-looking logo, the blue logo.
I don't think
he has Mr. Beast bars. He has Mr. Beast Lunchables and stuff.
I'm so sorry. I have no idea.
Well, there you go. But he's
something new for me to check out.
He's one of the most well-known YouTubers, especially by, you know, younger generation. Because he puts a lot of his money into his videos to provide interesting content and like content that draws in interest to
but
people.
That's the way it should be, though. That is the thing that, like, when you're doing YouTube channels and stuff like that, it should be like that.
That's pinch and poke, because, I mean, really, you should be able to create content without relying on money.
Well, yes, yeah, no.
So
that definitely, because it comes down to money and passion.
Well, think about this. I mean, I'm going to list off a bunch of YouTubers and whether they're people like them or you like them or you don't like them or I don't like them.
All right, go ahead. Lightning round.
So, PewDiePie. I don't care for him. I don't like him.
Okay.
But he's very successful. Didn't use his money. Well, I don't want to say he didn't use his money, but he didn't spend millions upon millions of dollars on videos to become popular.
Okay.
Jacksepticeye didn't spend millions of dollars in videos to become popular.
Okay.
Charlie White, or known as Penguin Zero, Critical, he didn't spend millions of dollars on his videos. He's probably spent thousands of dollars, but he didn't spend millions of dollars to make his videos popular. Who's another one? One example, Nathan, who is known as Unspeakable, he used to do Minecraft videos, a ton of Minecraft videos, and then he started doing a little bit of other videos of games he played. Then he started doing the vlogs, which were very small. He didn't spend all this money on them. Then he started doing more towards that route of, I'm just going to spend money on creating videos. And then it was like, the only way that he could see drawing interest was him and his two boys get a bunch of money, buy like 1 million ball pit balls and fill his house with ball pit balls. Wait,
what was his name again?
Unspeakable is his YouTube name. Nathan is his actual name. But he more aimed towards, again, the kids, which I get with little kids. You know, their focus is very easy to grab, but it's also very easy to lose. So you have to do something extravagant to keep their attention. But the thing is, it's just like Facebook. Facebook wasn't built to be, you know, a dating site and a news network. Now we use Facebook to find out the greatest news. What happened in my town? What happened in my city? It wasn't for that. It was to, you know, be, you know, talk with your friends, talk with your family, catch up, get to know, see what's going on in their life currently. it was a news network, but it was a news network for your individual family and friends. It wasn't a news network like find out, who died in the neighborhood or who had, oh, this person, come to find out, so and so had been stalking, this lady and ended up abducting her, but he got caught. That's not what it's for.
Yeah,
it was just simple,
just to connect
stuff.
with people and stuff.
Simple connection.
Who is the other YouTuber that you know? Because we got 4 so far.
I would say, who's another one? Markiplier. He's another one. He's made tons of.
I was waiting for it.
He's made tons of freaking videos. He doesn't spend millions of dollars on videos. He does the same thing as Jacksepticeye. He does charities. The only thing that I believe he spent his money on was to help make this movie that he's coming out with.
I was about to say, speaking of which, shout out to Jacksepticeye for coming out with the movie.
Markiplier.
Oh,
Mark. The movie.
Mark.
But, I mean, again, Jack used probably some of his money to help fund his business to make coffee, which then goes back to the people. It's not like you're forcing people to buy it. It's an option of like, hey, I used my money to make this, which I enjoy personally.
And what is it called again?
The Top of the Morning Coffee?
No. Iron Lung. Yeah.
Iron Lung.
So,
again,
Markiplier, Iron Lung. Make sure you guys check that out.
Definitely. It looks phenomenal. The game was... You
said a game?
Yeah, it originated from a game.
Oh.
Iron Lung was a game, and basically, it's kind of like...
Is it puzzle horror?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of like...
It's first
It might
person?
not be everybody's cup of tea. It's a preference. It's a preference game.
But is it like first person? Like you don't see your body?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah. It's first person, and you're in a submarine basically going deep to where it hasn't been explored, essentially.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't want to spoil it.
Check out the game before you guys watch.
Check out the
movie.
game. It might not be your cup of tea. The movie, a lot of people might like Charlie White or Critical.
Well, when
Penguin
does the
Zero.
movie come out again?
January 29th is when I know it's in theater. I know because I'm going. I don't know if it's going to be in theaters before that, but sometime at the end of January.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's even Charlie, Moist Critical or Penguin Zero, however people know him as. He said, I hate the game Iron Lung. He hated the game. I guess hate would be a strong word. He didn't like the game.
He disliked the game.
He talked about it. He can talk for himself. But he was like, I'm looking forward to the movie. He's like, I'll probably go to the movie. Because he's like, I think from the trailers and stuff, he's like, I think I'll like the movie more than I like the game.
Which you said before, you said that Markiplier, he's turned down numerous opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
He could have been in Dispatch.
Well, that's the thing. He could be making a ton more money. He could have been in Dispatch. He could have been in, Five Nights at Freddy's. Everybody thought he was going to be in it.
Actually, I think that would have been really interesting if he would have been in Dispatch, because I feel like there was a lot of roles that he could have played. He literally could have played phenomenal, man.
Yeah, he's got a great, personality that fits with that type of game, I feel, too. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like... there still is potential opportunity.
I was about to say, because the next season, so who's to say that he won't be in the next season?
Yeah, because they could always end up making another season.
This is like your Iron Lung movie was a huge hit. I know that you're really busy, but listen, we're willing to slide you this. Please,
Well, he even said it's not even about the money. He said, the issue is my time.
Yeah,
he's like,
availability.
I'm recording all the time, YouTube videos, and then if I'm not you doing YouTube, I'm doing this movie. And he's even come on YouTube videos and put them out and said this movie is exhausting me. But so much that
you gotta
I
think
can't
about
play
something
games.
like that, a movie. But then if you're gonna do something like Dispatch, then you have to do voice recordings, like like if you get hit or if you say like oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to do
like
that.
Little snippets and little catchphrases and just
or,
conversations.
Like him like saying like stuff that Markiplier would say like like we're going up east or whatever like that. Or it's like oh like damn, it's like I'm sorry, I wasn't able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to able to incorporate that Markiplier inside that dispatch so that way it's withholding that characteristic.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Dispatch ever was to in the second season, if they did think about or did invite Markiplier, they've already done they did research on Jack where. One of the characters, Waterboy, I believe it was, who tried to pretend to be him and said, top of the morning, and he said, don't you dare.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny because,
his coffee brand.
His coffee brand, for one, and for two, that's just what Irish people usually do, and that's relatively where he's from, is, Ireland. Or that is where he's from in Ireland, but, to bring it back, I mean, YouTubers do games, so that's how we railed on that. But, I think Dying Light was phenomenal. Just the series in general was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And, I will say I really liked Dying Light 2. The characters in Dying Light 2 were iffy for me personally, but I mean, that's a personal preference. Some people really love the characters. But I really feel like I especially connected with the characters from Dying Light 1. And I felt like the combat was very strong in that one. But like I said, when Dying Light The Beast came out, it had its quirks and, its peeves that I was kind of like, okay, I like this game. It's a Dying Light game. Like, it feels like a Dying Light game. But there's stuff that needs to be changed, I feel. But I don't know if they'll do it. And then sure enough, when they came out with all those updates, the New Game Plus, all that, I mean, it felt better, a lot better, like 10,000 times better because you had so much upgradability. The skill tree was massive, so much bigger than in the freaking first one or the second one. And that was another thing that confused the heck out of me because our boy was like, oh, I wish there was more of a skill tree. And I'm like, dude, there's literally like 30 different things you can upgrade. So there's like 30 skill trees.
Because he hasn't gone up there. That's why. And he, like you said, he wants everything handed to him.
Yeah. And it's like, well, once you get to level 15, you'll be able to start adding legendary points and you'll start seeing all that whole list. There's literally a scroll bar. When you told me that, you're like, yeah, did you scroll? And I go, yeah, I scrolled. There's a lot of upgrades.
Yeah, because the first things I was doing was like, oh, all I gotta do is like these like first ones, and then I'm good. And then I scrolled. And I was like, oh, shit.
Well, and that's why there's three. And that's why you can level up to 300. That's 300 legendary points. So you can distribute 300 points across that whole thing. So even if each thing is like, let's say there's 30, and each one takes 10, that's 300. There you go.
But there's some that are 15.
There's some that are 15, but then there's some that are 5. So it kind of...
I didn't even notice the ones that were 5.
Yeah, there's some that are lower, and then there's some that are higher, like you said, that are 15. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the way they made it is when you hit level 300, that's how many... There's 300 things. So once you hit level 300, you're going to have everything maxed.
Yeah.
Which at that point... You're basically going to be running through like essentially a god unless you play on nightmare mode. Then you'll have a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's the other thing too. It's like, he's like, oh, we could play on nightmare mode and see the volatile stuff. I'm like, dude, you were talking about how hard it was on easy. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Get out of here. Like, I'm over here playing on like, I could switch it to normal and be playing on normal and shit. And then I gotta hop on with them, and then I gotta switch it and put it on easy, and then I hop on there, and I'm not earning anything. I'm earning like, maybe 200 to 1,000 XP, and it's like they're like, oh my god, I'm leveled up, and I'm like, yeah, I literally went a tick mark up. I'm like, if you hop on mine, you'll level up regularly like you were on yours, and I'll level up because I'll be getting like 14,000 experience for a mission. You might only get like 1,000, but at least I still get 14,000. So we're both leveling up together.
Yeah.
But when I go on yours, you're the only one that levels up because the 1,000 experience is enough for you to level up. It's nowhere near enough for me.
Yeah.
So by me hopping on with them, I'm losing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was gonna say that because how you were trying to get Sean to stay on with us, and he's like, yeah, but Sean, it doesn't matter because you're not gonna get much. It's like, well, he could potentially get the highest tier weapons for his level. I mean, yeah, he's not gonna get our level weapons necessarily because he can't pick them up. Yeah. So it won't show up for him. But still, wouldn't it be better for him to get the highest level weapons in his level and then let me level up and him level up instead of being selfish and having me go on his or on his and have only them level up? So it's kind of like I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to say that because I was like, you know, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but at the same time, I'm not getting anything out of this.
I'm not reaping the benefits.
Literally, I'm just getting, you know, the base enjoyment of the game. And it's just like, you're over here complaining about how the base game is boring and it sucks and this is problem, that problem, this problem. It's like, how do you think I feel when you're talking crap about the game? And on top of that, I'm not getting anything because I have to come down to your level.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Another game that was, I will say, I did enjoy it, Call of Duty Zombies. I did like it a little bit because of like the aspect of like you know, a little bit of like the old fashioned but like a little bit futuristic, because when I was able to start upgrading my weapons and start activating like those tiers and then you know, utilizing like the fireworks or like flame bullets and stuff like that, I did enjoy that.
See, I enjoyed all that. I just did not give a rat's ass about the freaking skins or the camos or anything. I don't care. Like, oh, cool, my gun's all neon colored or has a special...
I'm more about like doing the damage. Like, I want to do more damage. I want to kill these zombies faster. I don't want to be like looking cool, like having my gun. I mean, it's fine. It's nice, but you know, that kind of brings me back to Aliens Fireteam Elite, because like I had like a lot of like good stuff on my PS4 account versus my PS5 account. Unfortunately enough, I have to learn the hard way that it's not a cross-save platform. I had to learn that the hard way because I was asking my dad, and then I asked you about it, and I was like just trying to get some answers. I even emailed PlayStation about it and stuff like that, and that was the email that they sent to me to like, we're sorry to inform you, but unfortunately Aliens Fireteam Elite is not cross save or whatever, like that cross platform save or whatever, and it was just like, damn. So I had to
start all over.
Suffer the repercussions in that, but still, in all reality, I mean, Aliens Fireteam Elite, I mean, it is a fun game.
But see, that's different because you're losing actual like equipment that creates a change in the battle versus, you know, if I go into Call of Duty and I'm like, oh shit, I lost all my camos, I'm still going to be able to shoot and play the game normal. Yeah. Like, as long as they don't take the guns away or take my gun away, I'm good.
Yeah, that was a bullshit part because I had to like literally like you said, I had to start from scratch and had to like redo all my classes and stuff. Like I still don't even have like all my classes and shit like that, which I do want to go back to that game, but we're literally on like the second to last mission. Yeah. So like, they gave us honestly you have the standard what they gave us, and then you have the DLC that they gave us. So the DLC is a lot harder than what they gave us right before, which I understand because it's DLC, so of course they're going to make it harder, and it's a lot longer. But with that, then honestly you're able to at least like, you know, eventually come across like some epic, you know, weapons and stuff like that. Maybe even get a couple skins into, but like, you know, the skins, like I do like customizing my weapons with skins, but I like customizing my weapons with attachments. Like I like having the attachments. I like having like something that's gonna up like the piercing of the bullets. I like something that's gonna be able to allow me to see the enemy better.
Or maybe like armor wise, maybe you have like a chest piece that gives you bonus like hit points on your weapon or bonus critical, this that, and I mean. That's what I look for. Whereas to you go into Call of Duty, and it's like like you said, the fire bullets or up the rarity of the weapon or pack-a-punch it, like, and like you said, it felt like old zombies, and it was a very like a little more pulled back version of the zombies. So I liked it. I mean, I could even almost say I loved it because I actually enjoyed it and was having fun. The part that made me start to not have fun kind of was when, our boy was like, oh, you got to get these done. You got to get these achievements done. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that because you want to get that done so that way you can get the skin or so you can,
Yeah, because when you start making it an objective, then it's just like it makes it not like really fun feeling. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care about the skins. I don't care about the camos. I just want to play the game with you guys. Like, I'm here because the game is fun, and I like it. I like the shooting. I like how it was made.
Dude, I miss playing, like, Little Big Planet 2.
I do,
Little Big Planet 1 and 2, because when we would go over to Ray's, and then those rare occasions where I was able to sleep over.
Well, and we'd have so much fun because we'd be laughing our ass off. And that's why I liked when we played, what was it? Ultimate Chicken Horse and Ultimate Sheep whatever.
Chicken, I think.
Sheep Chicken or whatever it was. And Ultimate Chicken Horse was that, the basic platforming game where you would each get to pick an item and then place it on the map and then try to get across the platform to the other side. And then the other one was basically you would be on bikes and you had to pick items to help you get across the platform and into the course. But you would be stationary to a bike and you could sabotage each other and stuff. And we were laughing and having the greatest time. Like, I was laughing, you were laughing, Sean was laughing, my wife was laughing, and she wasn't even playing the game. She was just laughing at us being stupid. And it was just, you can laugh at each other and the stupidity of it. And that's what Little Big Planet essentially was. And I think it kind of, when I played it, it reignited that childhoodness.
Yeah.
That I remember.
I still remember that one mission in Little Big Planet 2 where it was just like you have to take the piece of cake and like bring it all the way over to the platform. And I was just like, I picked you up and I was just like, are you cake? And you're like, I'm like, you're not cake.
Like, oh, you're not cake. And threw me into it and I died and then I came back and I was like, you asshole. And then you picked up Ray and Ray's like, I'm not goddamn cake, put me down. And then you freaking chucked him and he went, you asshole. And then the freaking vacuum cleaner too was God. It came in and it would suck us up and freaking forget who it was, if it was Johan or you or what, but freaking I grabbed one of you and then one of you grabbed me grabbing them and then chucked me. And then I dragged that person in with me into the freaking vacuum and we both died. And then it was only like...
You were like, I'm taking you with me.
But it was just so funny. I mean, we'll have to look to see if we could pull it up on PS5 or Xbox or whatever. I think it's just PS5, though.
Yeah.
Because it was only a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Which, I mean... Again, falls back to when PlayStation exclusives were actually like
exclusive and they were actually really good.
And I mean, that's not to say that they can't come out with more, and the same with Xbox, but that's a whole different subject to console wars that really doesn't exist anymore, to be honest.
No.
Just PC's just significantly better.
Unfortunately.
Even though I'm not a PC player, but I can man up and admit that, at least, that PC's far superior than either one.
Oh, yes. Hands down.
I mean, I've been on PlayStation, Xbox. But, anyways.
To go ahead and chop it up. That is going to do it for Conversation Convo Combos about video games. And we will be back to you guys soon.
Game out.